Man suffers only because he takes seriously what the gods made for fun. But here's the paradox. The gods weren't joking, they were testing. You think anti-aging means creams, supplements, gym selfies? Wrong. Those are distractions. The real anti-aging is preparation, spiritual architecture. Ignore this, and time devours you faster. Picture an old man at 45, hair dyed, muscles forced, eyes empty. Next to him, a 60-year-old radiates calm. Presence makes him look younger. So, what if aging isn't about wrinkles at all? What if it's about wasting your power on the wrong rituals until you collapse? Men 18 to 34, listen. The world sells you vanity, pills, powders, creams. But what they don't sell you is presence, calm, preparation. You chase muscles and cosmetics because you fear being forgotten, not wrinkled. That fear makes you older than any line on your forehead. If he clings to surfaces, you cut deeper. If he resists time with injections, you resist time with presence. That's the real anti-aging. He didn't look old, he lived old. He wasted mornings scrolling, he bled energy on noise. His face cracked before his spirit even broke. He didn't stay young, he stayed prepared. Stillness preserved what creams couldn't touch. Silence protected him better than filters. Wisdom gave him light. Youth couldn't fake. Every wrinkle tells a story. The question is, did you earn it through growth, or did you waste it chasing shallow, desperate validation that expires overnight? This isn't about looking younger than your age. It's about outlasting men who spend themselves recklessly. They burn fast. You last long. That's timeless. What if every breath you wasted doom-scrolling was another day stolen from your youth? Every fight you picked carelessly another year, stripped from your body? The gods don't punish men with age. They punish men with waste. They test who preserves their energy and who spends it foolishly. You can look younger at 60 than men at 40 if you stop bleeding energy into emptiness. The secret isn't hidden, it's discipline. So why do most men fail? Because vanity feels easier than stillness. Because consuming feels simpler than preparing. Because chasing is louder than waiting. If he reacts, you breathe. If he flinches, you hold. If he wastes energy on chaos, you preserve energy through silence. That's your edge. Aging isn't a mirror problem. It's a preparation problem. Every ritual you master slows time. Every leak you close preserves years. That's the hidden currency. What if you treated your life like an energy economy? Deposits in discipline, withdrawals in waste. Which account do you want, empty first youth or decay? Here's the promise. Ruthless clarity. No fluff, no fantasies, no shortcuts. Only raw rules that separate men who rot early from men who outlast centuries. The gods were never joking. They were filtering. Most men fail the test. Few men pass. Which side you choose decides how long your youth lasts. Anti-aging is not creams or pills. It is architecture, preparation, discipline, energy management. The men who last build silently, while others waste loudly. You think youth fades with wrinkles. Wrong. It fades with wasted mornings, careless breaths, endless scrolling. Energy bleeds faster than time. Discipline seals leaks. The 1% understand this. They treat life as a spiritual economy. Every choice is a deposit or withdrawal. Sleep, breath, battles, noise, measured carefully. Ask yourself, if you spend energy on gossip, porn, distractions, what exactly are you buying? A face that decays quicker than your actual years. Picture two men at 35. One sleeps, trains, breathes deeply. The other drinks, scrolls, wastes nights. Which one looks older? Which one feels immortal? Anti-aging is not about stopping time. It is about mastering it. You don't resist decay by vanity. You resist decay by preparation and clarity. If he wastes mornings, you weaponize them. If he scrolls endlessly, you sharpen silently. If he leaks energy, you seal it. That's timeless masculinity. He didn't age, he decayed. He didn't grow wise, he grew bitter. He didn't preserve himself, he consumed endlessly. His youth died from negligence. He didn't look older because of wrinkles. He looked older because of wasted spirit. The mirror never lies. It reflects habits more than years. The gods don't test you with gray hairs. They test you with discipline. They watch whether you waste your fire or preserve it carefully. The only real anti-aging routine is living as if chosen. Because in Thoth's message, you are. Every disciplined act proves you understand the test. Book is emanating to 34, skeptical, sharp, restless. You don't need fantasies, you need ruthless clarity. The rule is simple. Preserve energy and time preserves you. You chase creams, diets, surgeries, thinking they will shield you from time. But what you fear is not wrinkles. It's invisibility. It's irrelevance. She ignores your messages now. Do you really think Botox changes that? Does a smoother forehead rewrite the story of your spirit, your presence, your silence? Looks matter, yes, but presence outlasts. Looks. A room doesn't fall quiet because your jawline is sharp. It falls silent when your energy slices deeper. A 25-year-old spends thousands layering skincare, obsessing over flawless selfies. A 40-year-old monk spends nothing. Strangers described the monk as ageless, unforgettable, unshakably magnetic. The young man clings to mirrors. The monk breathes stillness. The young man fights decline. The monk dissolves time. Guess who appears truly untouchable? If she glances past you, no cream resurrects her gaze. If your voice shakes, no surgery implants gravitas. Superficial armor always collapses under pressure. He didn't chase shadows, he became the flame. He didn't collect lotions, he collected silence. He didn't seek approval, he demanded acknowledgement. You waste years sanding your surface, terrified of fading. But decay doesn't start on the skin. It starts when your spirit refuses to deepen. Ask yourself, if your relevance depends on collagen, were you ever relevant? If attention is rented through surgery, was it ever yours to keep? The lie is seductive. Fix the surface, delay the inevitable. But truth burns brighter. Deepen presence, sharpen silence, radiate something no wrinkle can erase. If he clings to surfaces, you cut deeper. If he hides behind youth, you cut through illusions. If he fears fading, you stand timeless. A sharp jawline doesn't silence a crowd. A sharp presence does. Wrinkles never drowned a man. Weakness did. Strength is not hidden. It is undeniable. Time carves every face, but not every man. Some become marked by gravity, others become marked by gravity of presence. That choice belongs entirely to you. When fear whispers, "They'll forget you," reply with fire. They remember the unshakable, the grounded, the still. They remember the man who never begged time. Because in the end, the body betrays everyone. But the spirit, that's the part they can't wrinkle, can't erase, can't bury. That's your forever. He didn't moisturize, he meditated. He didn't panic, he prepared. He didn't tighten his skin, he tightened his standards. That is how men remain remembered. So stop polishing mirrors. Stop fearing the cracks. Stop worshipping youth. If you want agelessness, cut deeper. Build presence. Build silence. Build a self impossible to ignore. Because youth is surface, but presence is depth. Surface fades, depth hardens. When everyone else chases lotions, you choose stillness. That is what makes you untouchable. A man's true anti-aging secret isn't hidden in products. It's hidden in patience, discipline, refusal to chase. That stillness carves immortality no surgeon can sell. Wrinkles are proof you lived. Weakness is proof you wasted life. Don't fight the clock, outgrow it. Don't chase youth, radiate a timeless gravity. He didn't buy time, he built presence. He didn't chase vanity, he chased mastery. He didn't hold youth, he held standards. That is the rule. The young man asks, "Do I look old?" The timeless man never asks. He radiates an energy that makes age irrelevant, invisible, meaningless. So I ask you, if every cream failed tomorrow, what would remain? Would silence still wrap around you? Or would panic consume you? If strangers forget your surface, will they still remember your presence? If youth fades tomorrow, will you collapse or stand taller than you ever did? The surface betrays, the surface deceives, the surface dissolves. But the core, the presence, the stillness that remains when even your name fades, that remains eternal. Men who worship surface die forgotten. Men who cut deeper live remembered. The only anti-aging secret worth keeping: make presence your skin, make stillness your mirror. Because when the crowd sees you, they won't say handsome. They'll whisper, unshakable. They'll murmur, ageless. They'll never call you young. They'll call you unforgettable. The surface promises security, but security dies with youth. Presence doesn't. Presence multiplies with years. Presence makes you dangerous when others shrink. Presence is your permanence. If she forgets your looks, let her. If she forgets your charm, let her. But she will never forget your presence. That's immortality. The monk's skin ages, the young man's cream fades, but the monk's presence grows sharper with time, deeper with silence, harder with standards. That's timelessness. Remember this: youth is fragile. Stillness is unbreakable. Looks are fleeting. Presence is permanent. Stop clinging to the surface. Cut deeper. That's how you stay unforgettable. Every morning, you either deposit energy or withdraw it. Your routine is a bank account, and every skipped ritual is a debt you will pay. Men think aging happens at 50. Wrong. Aging begins the moment you roll out of bed, without preparation, dragging yesterday's chaos into today's battlefield. Sleep isn't a luxury, it's literal time travel for your cells. Miss it, and you accelerate decay. Guard it, and your body heals faster than youth. Breath control is oxygen discipline. Shallow breath makes you fragile. Deep breath makes you formidable. Youth isn't in creams, it's in lungs, in rhythm, in air. A soldier sleeps 5 hours. His body cracks. Same soldier sleeps 8, and he heals faster than recruits half his age. Preparation beats chronological advantage. You say, "I don't have time." No, you don't have preparation. Skip it now and time will invoice you later with decay, weakness, irrelevance. Mornings are where men separate. The unprepared chase energy all day. The prepared radiate it. If they waste mornings, you weaponize them. That's the ruthless rule. Ask yourself, does fatigue own you before noon? Does your spirit crash with caffeine? Or does your presence sharpen while theirs collapses? Which man are you? He didn't rush mornings, he ruled them. He didn't beg for energy, He banked it. He didn't fight fatigue. He built fortresses of preparation. The man who skips rituals thinks he saves minutes. He doesn't. He spends decades aging faster, collapsing earlier, fading before his legacy is even built. When you treat mornings as weapons, everything changes. Meetings bend, women notice, strangers respect. Why? Because presence isn't random, it's built brick by brick in silence. If he chooses chaos, you choose order. If he wastes breath, you master it. If he spends mornings, you invest them. That's anti-aging strategy. Stop believing youth is surface. Youth is oxygen, rhythm, preparation. Wrinkles don't define age. Weak rituals do. Strong rituals make men untouchable, magnetic, timeless. That's reality. Reframe it now. Sleep isn't optional, it's armor. Morning routines aren't chores, they're blueprints. Breath control isn't weird, it's power. Presence isn't luck, it's engineered. You are not chasing anti-aging, you are purchasing longevity every morning. Every disciplined choice is a deposit. Every lazy excuse is compound interest in decay. He didn't moisturize, he meditated. He didn't collapse into bed, he fortified himself with sleep. He didn't inhale chaos, he inhaled control. That is youth. Your body is not betraying you. Your preparation is. Your age is not accelerating. Your mornings are. Fix the rituals, and you fix the timeline. Ask, are you paying interest on skipped preparation? Are you carrying debt of fatigue? Or are you collecting dividends of energy, clarity, and presence? If you think rituals are soft, look at warriors. Preparation decides survival. Weak men mock routines, strong men weaponize them. Guess who endures when storms arrive? Your morning is your contract with time. Negotiate poorly, and time punishes. Negotiate wisely, and time rewards. The world remembers men who honored their preparation. So when the alarm rings, decide. Chaos or discipline. Excuses or rituals. Decay or youth. Every choice is compounding. Every choice is the preparation economy. Men who waste mornings age twice. Men who master mornings age never. You cannot buy back youth, but you can build a presence timelessly dangerous. Preparation is not about controlling hours, it's about controlling destiny. You cannot dictate the clock, but you can dictate your readiness. That is manhood. If you treat mornings as disposable, so will the world treat you. If you treat mornings as sacred, the world will treat you unforgettable. The soldier's body obeyed preparation, not age. So does yours. Anti-aging isn't mystery, it's math. You bank discipline, you withdraw energy, skip deposits, and you bankrupt presence. Every yawn before noon is a receipt of laziness. Every sharp glance is proof of preparation. Decide which proof you want stamped on your life. You are either preparing or decaying. There is no middle. Men who master mornings live remembered. Men who waste them die forgotten. Choose your economy. He didn't whine about no time. He weaponized time. He didn't chase stimulants. He cultivated stillness. He didn't fear aging. He outprepared it. That's anti-aging. Youth fades when mornings rot. Presence expands when mornings sharpen. Stop chasing longevity hacks. Start respecting preparation. That is the economy every man pays into. Do you want to be remembered as tired, forgettable, distracted, or as unshakable, radiant, prepared? The difference is not age, it's ritual. Always ritual. So build the bank, guard the breath, fortify the sleep, weaponize the mornings. Because preparation isn't routine, it's the only currency that buys timeless presence. The preparation economy doesn't forgive negligence, but it rewards ruthlessly. If they waste mornings, you weaponize them. If they sleepwalk, you awaken. That's the enduring law. Energy leaks are invisible thieves. You think age is years, but it's not. It's leaks. Doomscrolling, toxic arguments, unresolved stress. They carve lines faster than clocks. Every swipe on social media isn't free. Doomscroll equals cortisol. Cortisol equals wrinkles. You age in silence while believing you're just catching up online. Ask yourself, who makes you older, time or tension? Stress folds your skin faster than decades. Anxiety carves deeper lines than birthdays. Which thief are you feeding? A toxic relationship doesn't cost months, it costs years. She drains a decade off your face in 12 months. Stress kills beauty, drains presence. He left a draining girlfriend at 28. 2 years later, strangers said he looked younger than his photos at 24. That's not magic, it's subtraction. Energy leaks disguise themselves as normal. The group chat, the family drama, the endless scrolling, but every leak is a tax on your vitality. What if the leak is family? Then boundaries are your anti-aging serum. Distance doesn't mean hate, it means survival. Protecting youth requires borders, not apologies. He didn't age because he lived longer. He aged because he leaked slower. She didn't look younger because of creams. She looked younger because of calm. Every toxic friend you entertain makes you weaker. Every pointless argument you enter makes you older. If they drain you, you withdraw. That's the rule. Men chase supplements, diets, gym routines, yet they ignore the girlfriend who bleeds their confidence. Tell me, what's aging you more, sugar or disrespect? Energy leaks stack. One doom scroll at night becomes restless sleep. Restless sleep becomes weaker mornings. Weaker mornings become weaker years. Suddenly, you look decades older. The truth? Youth is energy retention. It's not avoiding birthdays, it's avoiding leaks. If you stop leaking, you stop decaying. If you stop decaying, you glow. Aging is not linear, it's exponential. The wrong people accelerate it, the wrong habits accelerate it. Leaks multiply decay. But discipline multiplies renewal. Choose wisely. If he clings to toxic circles, you cut sharper ones. If he scrolls until dawn, you sleep like kings. If he leaks, you guard. Stress doesn't just wrinkle your face, it wrings your spirit. That drained look, it's not age, it's betrayal by the environments you refuse to leave. Reframe it. Scrolling isn't harmless, it's self-drain. Drama isn't connection, it's decay. Stress isn't normal, it's corrosion. Boundaries aren't selfish, they're preservation. Every line tells a story. Your phone isn't the enemy, it's the leash. Every notification is a micro-drain. Every response is a leak. Imagine how much youth silence could save. She didn't love you, she used you. He didn't respect you, he drained you. They didn't support you, they siphoned you. Cut them, regain years. Imagine. Two men. One argues online daily, stays in toxic love, never rests. The other scrolls less, breathes more, protects peace. Who looks younger? Always disciplined. Energy leaks age posture, voice, skin. You don't just look older, you carry older. Presence weakens. Confidence shrinks. Magnetism dies. That's the hidden cost of leaks. Do you know why monks look ageless? It's not diet, it's absence of leaks. No drama, no scrolling, no chaos. Stillness preserves flesh. Silence preserves youth. He didn't collapse because of age, he collapsed because he bled energy. He didn't glow because of genes, he glowed because he stopped leaking. Ask, what leaks are aging you now? Who drains decades off your future? What would happen if you seize them today? You'd look timeless tomorrow. If he chooses leaks, you choose armor. If he entertains stress, you eliminate it. If he bleeds youth, you bank it. That's masculine preservation. The girlfriend who mocks you ages you faster than sunlight. The boss who belittles you adds lines deeper than birthdays. Energy thieves ruin faces. He left his draining girlfriend at 28. At 30, his eyes sharpened, jaw stronger, energy radiant. 2 years rewound, 6. That's the physics of leak. Social media engineers Wrinkles. Infinite scroll equals infinite stress. And stress shows. You think nobody notices, but strangers can see exhaustion etched into your very presence. The man who leaks energy at night arrives drained in daylight. The man who seals leaks shines stronger every year. Who do you want to be? Stop lying. It's not age killing you, it's leaks. Patch them, and you outlive men younger than you. Ignore them, and you collapse decades early. Presence is youth. Energy is magnetism. Leaks kill both. You want anti-aging? Forget creams. Forget surgery. Master leaks. Seal them. Withdraw. Walk away. That's immortality. He didn't doomscroll, he slept. He didn't argue, he detached. He didn't endure toxicity, he cut it. He didn't age fast, he aged slow. Energy leaks are not abstract. Their currency drains. Every leak costs years. Seal them, and you purchase presence. Seal them, and you purchase time. It's economy. Ask, who around you is adding wrinkles? What routines are draining your lungs? Who looks younger, the one who leaks or the one who withdraws? Time doesn't age you, tension does. Weak men tolerate leaks. Strong men eliminate them. That's the masculine divide. That's why some look timeless while others collapse. He didn't suffer toxic love. He demanded peace. He didn't tolerate leaks. He protected energy. He didn't age with tension. He aged with strength. Aging isn't about years lived. It's about years lost to leaks. Stop losing them. Stop bleeding them. The only way to stay young, stop leaking. Reframe everything. If they drain you, you withdraw. If stress hunts you, you disarm it. If leaks tempt you, you resist. That's anti-aging law. Men chase external solutions because leaks feel invisible. But invisible doesn't mean harmless. The invisible is the deadliest. Leaks hollow men faster than visible years. The secret is ruthless stillness. God breath. God mornings. God relationships. Every sealed leak is an anti-aging hack. Every withdrawal from chaos is youthful rebellion. If he spends years in leaks, you'll spend decades reclaiming youth. If you seal leaks now, you'll remain untouchable while others collapse. Choose discipline. So answer the question, who ages you faster, time or tension? The answer is obvious. Stop leaks. Seal chaos. Withdraw from decay. That is preservation. Stillness is not laziness. It is controlled energy, hidden beneath your skin, waiting for the right moment. Men who master stillness preserve themselves longer. Overreaction floods your veins with cortisol. Every spike etches lines across your forehead, carves trenches around your mouth. You think it's stress. It's aging. When you stay still, hormones stabilize. Your body rewards you with balance, not breakdown. Calmness isn't weakness. It's your body's way of locking youth inside. Do lions look old while waiting in the tall grass? No, they conserve power. Their stillness isn't hesitation, it's domination, disguised as patience. Meditation is not retreat. It is the reset button you refuse to press. 5 minutes of stillness today prevents 5 years of decay tomorrow. One CEO panicked during crisis. His hair grayed, his eyes sunk. Another breathed deeply, waited, and acted calmly. He looked younger than before. He didn't panic, he paused. He didn't waste, he watched. He didn't snap, he stored. He didn't burn, he banked. He didn't collapse, he centered. The man who pauses doesn't just save energy, he sharpens it. Stillness becomes a weapon holstered, not a fire wasted on every fleeting moment. When she tests you with chaos, silence is your shield. If he snaps, you stand steady. If they flinch, you breathe deeper. Stillness reframes reality. He didn't surrender. He strategized. She didn't overlook you. She observed you. You didn't freeze. You forged control. Energy preserved becomes respect. You worry stillness looks passive. Wrong. It stored aggression. A river doesn't lose strength because it's calm. It gathers force before breaking dams apart. Every man ages from noise, doom scrolling, arguing, exploding. They all carve years into your face. Stillness reverses the process. Youth isn't lost, it's leaked away. Ask yourself, do you want to look older than your father by 30 or younger than yourself 5 years ago? Stillness decides. Stillness is oxygen for your mind, armor for your body, and a mirror for your enemies. When they search weakness, they find walls. If stillness feels uncomfortable, it means you're addicted to chaos. Break the addiction. Train yourself to breathe. Pause, observe. That pause is preservation. The impatient man burns calories, hormones, and years. The still man banks time. He isn't aging slower, he's simply not aging as fast. Every wrinkle tells a story. Ask, is it from years lived or seconds wasted on outbursts? Most men don't realize they're aging in tantrums. You can fight the gym, fight the mirror, fight your genetics. But if you fight yourself, you accelerate age. Stillness fights nothing, yet wins. The man who practices stillness never walks into a room desperate. His presence arrives first. People feel it. Stillness ages into authority, not decay. Think of the samurai. Motionless until the strike, energy compressed into steel. They didn't age into frantic old men. They became timeless symbols of power. Stillness is not emptiness, it's preparation. Your breath becomes a weapon. Your pause becomes a statement. Your silence becomes a gravitational pull nobody escapes. This is why monks look ageless. Not magic, biology. Stillness keeps cortisol low, testosterone balanced, dopamine disciplined. Modern men waste energy on panic, monks refuse. She will test your patience. Friends will provoke, markets will collapse. If you explode, you age. If you breathe, you buy yourself years. He left a girlfriend who thrived on chaos. At 28, he looked worn. At 30, he looked younger than his photos. At 24, that's the secret. Stillness is youth. Stillness is control. Stillness is power. Not loud, not frantic, quiet, steady, timeless. If they shake, you stay still. Selectivity is not denial, it is preservation. Every choice you make, either drains your energy or compounds it. Men with standards live longer, sharper, stronger lives. You think youth fades with years. Wrong. It fades with leaks, fighting useless battles, chasing meaningless women, swallowing junk. You aren't aging, you're leaking. Do kings charge into every skirmish? No. They wait for decisive wars. Your selectivity is your crown. Every no preserves years you would lose. Testosterone doesn't evaporate naturally. It evaporates through recklessness, pointless arguments, constant ejaculation, bad food. Your strength leaks out daily unless you enforce selectivity as your filter. He didn't argue, he chose silence. He didn't sleep around, he chose restraint. He didn't binge, he chose fuel. Selectivity made him powerful. Every outburst of rage cuts months from your life. Every drained night with a stranger steals testosterone. Every greasy meal steals clarity from tomorrow. He who chooses fewer battles doesn't shrink, he sharpens. His enemies burn themselves in noise while he conserves energy, looking ageless among the aged. A man who fights everything wastes himself. A man who fights surgically intimidates. Selectivity isn't cowardice, it's strategy. You're not avoiding war, you're choosing war. She didn't reject you, she revealed herself. He didn't outshine you, he exposed your leaks. Selectivity reframes loss into preservation. Every no adds years. Sexual discipline is misunderstood. Men think indulgence proves masculinity. Wrong. It weakens it. Every reckless night accelerates aging. Every disciplined choice preserves testosterone, energy, and presence. One man slept with anyone by 30, he looked 50. Another chose carefully by 30, he glowed like 25. Selectivity carved youth into his face. You think you miss out by saying no. No. You miss out by saying yes too often. Discipline denies decay. Restraint extends vitality. Food is another battlefield. Most men eat impulsively. They call it pleasure. It's poison disguised as pleasure. Selectivity in food creates an energy surplus others can't fake. If he consumes recklessly, you consume surgically. If he eats until sick, you eat until fueled. If he drinks poison, you sip power. Every selective man holds an aura. You see it in his skin, his posture, his calm. He isn't drained. He is preserved. The world worships overindulgence, but kings never chased every woman. Warriors never fought every enemy. Only fools thought everything deserved attention. Selectivity built empires. You want proof? Look around. The loudest, most reckless men, younger in age, older in appearance. The quiet, disciplined men, older in age, younger in spirit. Every no is not rejection. It's redirection. You aren't losing experiences. You're gaining longevity. Men who understand this live decades younger than their peers. Stillness preserves your energy. Selectivity preserves your future. Together, they form a shield. You can't fake youth if you keep leaking. Discipline seals the cracks. If you fear missing out, understand this: you're not missing opportunities. You're missing exhaustion. You're missing premature aging. You're missing decay. That's the ultimate win. Recklessness doesn't make memories, it makes regret. Discipline doesn't make boredom, it makes legacy. Ask yourself, do you want to look 50 at 30 or 30 at 50? The man who chooses standards chooses himself. You don't owe your time, body, or energy to everyone. Every choice is either preservation or destruction. Life is a war of conservation. Testosterone is currency. Energy is wealth. Time is your throne. Waste them recklessly, and you crown decay king. If they mock your discipline, let them. You'll mock their wrinkles, their slouch, their exhaustion. Selectivity is revenge without lifting a finger. Preservation proves itself. Every king knew this. Survival wasn't about fighting harder. It was about fighting smarter. Every wasted arrow was a wasted chance. Selectivity built dynasties. The man with no filter burns fast. The man with standards burns slow. Controlled. Flames that last. Don't flicker wildly. They glow, steady and untouchable. She will call you boring. Friends will call you uptight. Society will call you restrictive. Let them. Your preserved energy will outlast their collapse. He didn't collapse, he controlled. He didn't indulge, he invested. He didn't age, he armored. He didn't spread thin, he condensed. He didn't decay, he dominated. This is the secret. Selectivity is not about saying no, it's about saying yes to the right things. Yes to longevity. Yes to longevity. Yes to power. So remember this rule: if they consume recklessly, you consume surgically. If they chase everything, you chase nothing. That's how you stay timeless among mortals. Renewal is not luxury, it's weaponry. Most men rot because they never reset. They chased stimulation endlessly, but they never rebuild. Renewal reverses that. Cold water shocks your body alive. Fasting clears your system. Stretching unlocks flow. These aren't hacks, they're resets. They rewind years men willingly waste daily. If your blood is stagnant, can your face glow? If your breath is shallow, can your body radiate youth? Renewal answers without words. The ancients understood. Youth wasn't about skin. It was about flow. A man who circulates energy looks timeless, while stagnation makes him collapse early. He didn't break because he was old. He broke because he never renewed. She didn't glow because she was young. She circulated. One man fasted 48 hours, skin cleared, eyes sharpened, jawline returned. His friend binged, face bloated, eyes dull, older than his birth certificate claimed. The rule is simple. If they stagnate, you renew. If they collapse from consumption, you stand tall from restraint. Renewal becomes your anti-aging weapon. Stillness preserves. Selectivity protects, but renewal resets. Every cycle of fasting, stretching, cold exposure, your body repairs like a kingdom rebuilding after battle. You think fasting is extreme? No. Eating endlessly is extreme. You think cold exposure is suffering? No. Comfort addiction is suffering. Renewal feels like freedom. He didn't age from time. He aged from toxins. He didn't tire from years. He tired from build-up. Renewal flushes, resets, rebuilds the vessel. Men who never renew look inflamed, bloated, drained. Men who renew look sharper, calmer, younger. The difference isn't years, it's cycles. Renewal turns years into fuel. Picture a lion after a hunt. He rests, fasts, renews. Does he look old waiting? No. He looks terrifyingly youthful because stillness fuels renewal. You aren't punished by age, you're punished by stagnation. Most men confuse aging with accumulation. Renewal strips waste. Renewal restores flow. Renewal reveals preserved strength. Your enemies will burn out faster. They chase constant stimulation, constant food, constant pleasure. You fast, stretch, breathe cold. You reverse years while they decay. Every man who masters renewal walks differently. His presence feels unclogged, untouchable. Renewal isn't skincare, it's spirit care. Your glow comes from inside, not bottles. The discipline is harsh, but masculine. Cold water bites, fasting aches, stretching humbles. Yet each bite is investment. Each ache is cleansing. Each stretch is resurrection. You ask, isn't stillness passive? No, renewal is stored aggression. You aren't weak when you pause, you're loading strength into your system. Renewal arms you silently. He didn't collapse because of battle, he collapsed because he never rebuilt. Renewal turns collapse into calibration. The man who renews never looks defeated. Ancient warriors understood cycles: war, rest, rebuild. Modern men fight endlessly, never reset, and decay quickly. Renewal is not new, it is forgotten wisdom revived. If your body is a temple, renewal is maintenance. Ignore it. The temple cracks, honor it. The temple stands firm, intimidating time itself. You don't need more stimulation, you need subtraction. Renewal strips excess noise, food, toxins, tension. What remains is sharpened energy. Youth wasn't lost, it was buried. Renewal humbles your ego. The man who can endure emptiness, cold, silence, stretching pain, he's dangerous. Because nothing external breaks him, he renews himself endlessly. If he stagnates, you renew. If he inflames, you cleanse. If he ages prematurely, you reverse subtly. Renewal is not optional, it's masculine survival. Remember this, aging isn't the enemy, stagnation is. Renewal doesn't stop time. Renewal resets you, so when time tests you, you look untouched. You think time works against you. It doesn't. For men, time sharpens. It hardens the edges. It gives gravity to presence. That's your advantage. Women's value peaks early. They shine bright, then fade. Men gain with age. If they prepare, time multiplies wisdom, presence, and financial strength into undeniable allure. Would you trade being sharper at 40 for being prettier at 20? Be honest. Power, clarity, and command outlast surface beauty every single time. At 25, you were invisible, broke, awkward, untested. But at 38, if you've built wealth and wisdom, suddenly, eyes follow. Presence commands the room. He didn't become magnetic overnight. He compounded choices. He didn't chase shortcuts. He endured struggle. He didn't waste years. He invested them into growth. If he stagnates, you surpass. If he chases parties, you chase purpose. If he burns out early, you're peaking when it matters most. But what if I'm broke at 30? That's the excuse of the impatient. Skills compound. Effort compounds. Every book, every grind, interest paid later in dominance. You age into demand. While others fear wrinkles, you're sharpening instincts. While they beg for youth, you're cultivating authority. Time isn't your enemy, it's your amplifier. A man at 40 who's sharp, calm, and capable radiates magnetism youth can't fake. Presence can't be rushed. It's sculpted by relentless confrontation with time. She didn't admire the boy, she respected the man. She didn't seek immaturity, she craved stability. She didn't fall for noise, she surrendered to weight. Micro story, he was invisible at 25, dismissed as forgettable. By 38, wealth and wisdom made him magnetic. Men whispered envy, women leaned closer, drawn deeper. Do you see the pattern? Time doesn't punish you, it rewards the disciplined. But only if you stop wasting years wishing for instant validation. Every gray hair can mean mastery. Every scar can mean survival. Every silence can mean power. Time doesn't strip masculinity, it forges it harder. Youth fades fast. Wisdom compounds slow. If you squander early, you'll beg for more time. If you invest early, you'll command the years effortlessly. He didn't panic at 30, he prepared. He didn't drown in comparison, he built skills. He didn't envy others' youth, he forged timeless strength. Ask yourself, are you stacking skills or stacking regrets? Are you building patience or burning it? Time always answers honestly, depending on what you feed it. Rule: if they peak early, you peak later. If they flame bright fast, you burn steady. If they collapse with age, you rise unstoppable. Your edge is delayed gratification. While they spend youth desperately, you're building silently. Years later, the difference isn't subtle, it's staggering. That's the masculine edge of time. Thoth was not a myth. He was a mirror, god of wisdom, time, and writing. His message wasn't fantasy, it was instruction. Preserve knowledge. Preserve yourself. Every man chases anti-aging creams, pills and injections. Thoth laughed at that. He knew immortality comes from what you store, not what you smear. Are you aging, or are you storing light? Are you decaying, or are you writing something that burns brighter than your skin? Answer honestly. A scribe once recorded wisdom. His body decayed, his name faded. Yet his words breathe 3,000 years later, still piercing, still shaping men today. He didn't resist death, he aligned with eternity. He didn't fear decay, he honored time. He didn't hoard years, he transmitted light forward. If they fear death, you create legacy. If they cling to vanity, you forge permanence. If they crumble, you endure through the weight of wisdom. Your breath is temporary, but your words can be eternal. Your body is dust, but your influence can stretch across centuries if you dare. The question isn't, how long will I live? The real question is, what will live? Because I lived. Death and his. Knowledge, preserved and passed. Do you hoard youth, or do you harvest wisdom? Do you fight wrinkles, or do you fight ignorance? The man aligned with wisdom never ages. Every journal, every lesson, every principle written is a torch. You either light one or you leave the world darker. That's your choice. Anti-aging isn't resistance, it's alignment. It's walking in rhythm with time instead of battling it. The more aligned you are, the less death can touch. They chase survival. You chase eternity. They count birthdays. You count legacies. They preserve vanity. You preserve light. That's the masculine edge. Thoth demanded from men. Legacy isn't given, it's built. Word by word, deed by deed. Truth carved into time until even death is forced to remember your name. So, are you decaying daily, or are you storing brilliance? Because only one path makes you eternal. Only one makes you untouchable by death. Your immortality isn't a body preserved, it's wisdom transmitted. That's why Thoth remains eternal, not because he never aged, but because he never stopped storing light. He didn't guard his energy, he drained it. He didn't respect discipline, he laughed at it. He didn't invest in himself, he paid later. He didn't notice the years, he wasted them. He didn't fear the mirror, he ignored it. He didn't plan for longevity, he aged prematurely. He didn't carry standards, he carried regret. He didn't control stress, he collapsed beneath it. He didn't value routine, he surrendered life piece by piece. He didn't build reserves, he burned them. He didn't train his body, he punished it. He didn't respect the clock, The clock punished him. At 30, he looked 45. At 45, he looked finished. You know men like this. Stress, divorce, and debt carved decades into their faces. Micro story: 2 classmates met at reunion. One lived careless, one disciplined. They were the same age, yet looked 20 years apart. Choices aged them differently. If he crumbles under stress, you strengthen under strain. If he wastes nights chasing dopamine, you build mornings compounding discipline. If he collapses, you endure. The cost of ignoring routine isn't inconvenience, it's identity. You become a man who wasted his prime and begged for another chance that never came. Do you want to be forgotten before you're gone? Do you want your name erased faster than your body? That's the true price of neglect. Discipline isn't punishment, it's preservation. Routine isn't boring, it's weaponized time. The careless man thinks he's free, but he's shackled to consequences he cannot escape. But what if it's too late? It's never too late. You cannot rewind years, but you can slow the clock, redirect momentum, and rebuild. Every workout banks vitality. Every fast resets cells. Every breath of stillness stores energy. Every choice compounds. Ignore it, and the bill comes due. The careless man decays. The disciplined man preserves. The careless man fades. The disciplined man strengthens. The careless man begs. The disciplined man commands. Which one are you? He didn't age. He decayed. He didn't stay young. He stayed prepared. He didn't resist time. He redirected it. He didn't look old. He lived old. He didn't miss out. He leveled up. Energy wasted became weakness, but energy preserved became dominance. Stillness, fasting, and standards created timeless strength no lotion touched. Decay wasn't biology, it was neglect. Preparation wasn't vanity, it was foresight. The man who prepares never fears mirrors because his discipline preserved his presence. Time wasn't an enemy, it was an ally. He who redirected it through rhythm, sleep, and restraint turned aging into leverage instead of slow surrender. Living old wasn't about numbers, it was about choices, wasting mornings, chasing chaos, ignoring renewal. These made men wither before their faces truly showed lines. Missing out was never the truth. He leveled up by staying selective. Selectivity built gravity. Gravity built presence. Presence built attraction stronger than temporary beauty. If he leaks into distraction, you channel into clarity. If he fades through indulgence, you sharpen through discipline. If he collapses, you ascend steadily. Standards aren't restrictions, they are anchors. Stillness isn't laziness, it is renewal. Selectivity isn't scarcity, it is strength. Your routine isn't punishment, it is preservation. Every fast you endure repairs cells. Every night you sleep on time restores memory. Every morning you train compounds into resilience. Others call genetic luck. You don't fight time, you harness it. You don't chase youth, you radiate vitality. You don't fear decay, you prepare your legacy. That's the masculine edge eternal. Behaviors do not define people, they reveal choices. Aging, discipline, and selectivity are paths you walk. Labels trap, but choices liberate. Separate them always. Respect and consent are not optional. They are the floor, the baseline of every interaction. Without them, strength collapses into exploitation. That is weakness. Influence is not control. You guide, never coerce. Real power comes from clarity, not pressure. If you bend others, you've already broken yourself. And if your struggle runs deeper, mental health, law, or money, step up and seek professionals. Strength is knowing when guidance builds you stronger.